Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and is Amber Turd being replaced by Emila Clarke in Aquaman 2? Man, I've been sent this article by so many of you out there, and a lot of people are reporting on this story because you guys are clicking on it. Now, the reality to this story is there is some truth to this. However, there's still some huge rumor to this as well. And the reason I haven't jumped on reporting this yet is because I've been out there trying to get confirmation. I want real confirmation, triple confirmation to ensure I give you the right report on this. Because look, I take this story seriously, and I am waiting for the day to say that Amber Turd has been fired from Aquaman 2. Why? Because of the double standard. If he's gone from Fantastic Beasts, if we can't have Johnny in there because of this, and he's saying he did nothing, but then we have evidence that says she did do something and there's still a lot more going on, why are they not gone? Why have they not been both removed? And well, the truth might be, she might already be removed. It's time for another edition of Reality or Rumor. All right, so look, guys, this story is all over the place. I know you guys want to know the truth. I have some information for you. Now, I was holding off on this information because I wanted to ensure it was right. I like to triple check everything I have. Now, I have a source that's come to me who I've come to trust, and I do believe has this intel, but they got it from somebody else, and because it was sort of a little bit of a hearsay, I want to get one more strictly from the sources I know and trust the most. And so far, I've been unable to confirm that through my other sources out there. So the reality is, look, the Emila Clarke part of this story, total rumor. Total rumor. From everything I've heard, no one can confirm that this is real. Now, I will break down where that rumor came from, but the part of this story that is true is that, yes, Amber Turd is fired from Aquaman 2. Now, from what I've heard so far, she's been fired from Aquaman 2. From what I've heard through a source, through other people that involved in the production, that it already happened, which would mean that Amber Heard's been out there sort of saving face, trying to get people to sort of, kick up interest to make it like, see, I'm still involved. I can't wait to be involved in the movie. But if you remember, as we've told you in these stories, as I've reported here on Popcorn Planet, reading any of her quotes, it's very clear that she's just being very vague and sort of, yeah, I'm in, and it's happening. The reality I've heard is that she's not in. The reality I've heard is that she's out because she's uninsurable. Because she's such a liability to a production, given all the stuff that's already out there, given the fan reactions, given that something else could fall, that makes her a liability for a production and for an insurance plan. And so that you got to remember, that's something that also happens in this day and age, and why some of these actors are getting kicked off of their roles. And so from what I've heard, she's already out, guys. Now, again, I can't confirm that from someone that I'm fully like, yes, this person would know. Although this is a new source that I've been vetting, and it does feel real. So I got to tell you again, the reason I didn't report this, I was waiting to report this, was because I want to be positive. This is too important of a case. We're all waiting to say the words, Amber Turd has been fired. And right now, I want to make sure we know for positive until we say it. So all I can say is, yes, there's still a lot of rumor to both of these things, but the thing that feels less of a rumor is the fact that Amber Turd, she's already out, and that she's not going to be back in this film, and that would make sense why she's out there trying to save face to see if she can drum up enough fan interest to keep her on board. But it's just ironic because the fan interest out there is the opposite. The fan interest out there is almost 2 million people who have signed to remove her, and they're trying to get to 3. It's sort of stopped a little bit. Clearly, if some big story came out, it might help take this in another direction. But still, almost 1.8 million people is a lot of people to have signed a petition saying remove you. That's not like, 10,000 people, 20,000. 1.8 million is a lot. Now, who knows if that could be, I don't know. I don't know if that could, I don't know how you make a change. Probably could have made these numbers higher, but then you'd think you'd make it to 5 million. So who knows? But the reality is there's clearly a lot of people out there that don't want her in this movie. So how did this come about? Why am I reporting this? Why are so many people reporting on this? And why am I doing this story if I'm not positive? Let me explain to you. This story is getting tons of clicks because you guys, this is a story we're all waiting to hear. We all want her to be gone, especially the Justice for Johnny camp, obviously. But I think a lot of people are just frustrated after hearing the audio tapes and everything else that's going on with this case for Johnny. She shouldn't be there. This double standard that Disney has is ridiculous. If Johnny's off, so should Amber. And so a lot of us just want that to finally happen because I think it would be justice served. And so the views on these are huge. When somebody reports on this, they do get a lot of clicks. And so because people are trying to figure out what happened. I know for Phantom Wire, I know this story did well for them because people are out there. But again, to their credit, they made it clear it's this rumor, and they broke down where this all came from because I told them to, because I wanted to make sure they weren't out there sharing misinformation. Now, this is where it came from. D. Daniels put a tweet out there noticing an old Forbes article where it was sort of buried in there. And so here's that Forbes article, which if you go and actually check the article, it's about her selling her Venice home in California for $4.4 million. So Keith Flamer, who's a senior contributor over there, didn't do his homework because there's a lot in here that's not checked. Forbes got in trouble for another article like that with Ray Fisher, which the guy didn't check and lost his job. So careful, Keith, putting it out there. But what he clearly does is shows off this house, which is gorgeous, by the way. And it's a big thing. And then they basically are putting any Emila Clarke keyword that he could find into this article, because look at all the ads, guys. Look at all these ads. Click, 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 click. And it gets more clicks. And that's what they're all, trying to do. And so, talking about how she was a runner, a skier, ice skater, horseback rider, her athleticism helped her on this TV role of a lifetime. Sure, she didn't ride a real dragon, but green screen acting can just be as challenging. This is like a puff piece article with just a bunch of keywords. In fact, here it is. They've mentioned Game of Thrones a bunch. Her A-list stunt leading to other physical demanding roles, such as young Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis, Kira in Solo, a Star Wars story. She also signed on to replace Amber Turd and Mera in Aquaman 2. So look at all these it's keyword. That's what's happening here. And so Esquire's sexiest woman alive in 2015. Guys, this article was written in December of this past 2020. So it's an old article that someone just found, and because it came out and because it was in Forbes, people are saying it's real, it's news. Oh, we must take this more seriously. So the reality is, no, it's not true. Now, where did Keith get it from? Well, this has been a rumor for a while. Boss Logic was putting artwork out there because Emila Clarke is an obvious casting for Aquaman 2. She was Jason Momoa's co-star in Game of Thrones, and it would be a fun sort of reunion to have them back in Aquaman, no doubt. And so it makes sense why there was fan casting and people hoping that she'd be there. And honestly, this looks badass. But then there were other scoopsters who were out there putting this out and confirming it. And that's Daniel Rickman, who I don't know. Daniel Rickman, some people ask me, is he trustworthy? Look, it seems like he gets some scoops right, but he's clearly got this scoop wrong. His source in this one is absolutely wrong. And so I've tried to reach out. I'd love to get to know you, Daniel. I've got no beef with Daniel Rickman. He's out there doing his own scoop game. He has a Patreon where you can sort of subscribe to his scoops, and he seems to have a loyal following of people who will, eat up whatever he puts out there. But clearly, every time you put something out, when you're shooting so many shots at goal, you can't always get them all right. And sometimes productions do change, to be fair. But I can tell you that what he's saying here about the fact that Heard has reportedly had talks with the studio about doing a Mera TV show, which would end up on HBO Max. Nonsense. That I can tell you is not true. There's no way they would do that, because of everything I've heard, and I have gotten through some sources, she's uninsurable, guys. With all the stuff that's going on with her, she's a liability to a production. So the Aquaman, there's a reason why they haven't announced it and everything else, because they know it's going to get trouble no matter what happens. Whether they keep her, whether they don't keep her officially, there's going to be backlash. So they got to figure out, well, what's more reliable? What's going to be least trouble for the studio? And Warner Brothers, HBO Max, they don't want any more trouble right now. They've been through so much trouble with the theater release schedules and the Snyder Cuts drama and so much other stuff that's happening. The last thing they want is more drama. So to add her to a TV series, come on, guys. No, that's not happening. And I've triple sourced that with my. That's the one thing I could definitely confirm with my sources is no, there's no Mera TV show currently in prep or production or anything. And so this comes out from him. So again, I don't mean to throw shade at this guy, but this one's not true. And then you got people like Grace, who again, I'm not trying to throw shade, but.
And I told you that I heard that James Wan really likes Amber Heard, and they're going to do an Amber Heard series. So.
Not true. Not from what I've heard. That's definitely, I've heard the opposite. I've heard the opposite. So again, these sources, I'm not trying to call out Grace again. I'm trying to be better here. But the reality is her source is wrong. Her source in this, and maybe she's just getting forced studio intel where they want people like Grace to say, it's all good, it's all good. The reality is it's not all good. And the reality is this, is Emila Clarke in this? I have no clue. That is absolute rumor. Is Amber Heard, however, fired from the show? It does seem likely, yes. That seems far more likely from what I'm hearing that she's been gone. And that would make so much sense when you read her old quotes, which I've done. I'll put that link I'll put the Amber Heard. I'll try to remember to put it right up there so you guys can click. If you go back and read what sort of her sound bites and how she's sort of trying to sell it, you can tell she doesn't have the job yet. And I've had people try to reach out. No, she does. I've had peoples and whatever. They're all... Look, all I can tell you to confirm whether this is, in fact, reality or rumor, the truth is it's rumor. It's all still rumor. I can't confirm that it's reality yet. What I can tell you is reality. There's no Mera TV show happening. From everything I've heard, all my sources say that's not happening. And it would make sense given the drama that Amber Heard's name currently is bringing to productions. So that doesn't make any sense, which would then clearly echo to the fact of, yeah, it does make sense that they would have already gotten rid of her quietly as they're sort of figuring out what to do next. But Amber Heard's not letting that happen easily. When she's out there saying, I'm still in it, it puts pressure on the studio to be like, wait, why aren't you doing it? So to her credit, smart PR move, because it's making it more complicated for them to announce the fact that they've replaced her. Because I'm sure Warner Brothers just wants to do it quietly and be like, yep, Amber Heard's doing other stuff, but we're going to, they're going to have to answer why. And you guys know Warner Brothers doesn't like to give answers. They don't want to explain anything. They don't explain why Johnny was gone. They don't want to explain what happened with Ray Fisher. They don't want to explain anything. Well, they do. They've said Ray Fisher that the case is closed there and nothing happened. But reality is like, they don't want to say anything. So that's why this is complicated, why it's not official yet. And until I get a source inside that I feel confident knows, yeah, this is going down, I will be sure to report that to you then. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. Smash that bell to alert. Sometimes that's the only reason you'll know if I have a video. Smash the like button and leave a comment down below. What do you think of this topic? Obviously, I know you want her gone, but who would you do? Want Emila Clarke in? Do you want something else? Or just show some love down below. All that engagement helps the video and getting this story out there, because I want to give you guys what I know, the facts, the real stuff, and the reality here is, yes, this is all still rumor. I can't confirm any of it, sadly. And when I can, you guys will be the first to know, and I will give you an exclusive. So there you go. That's all I got to say, and
booyah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. Justice for Johnny Depp. If you heard that, tell me in the comments.